So, Dr. Yeager, I am thrilled for you to join us today. You are actually our very first Harper Celebrate acquisition and first book that's going to come out. So, thanks for the time today.
I appreciate it. It's absolutely an honor to be with you and to be kind of endeavoring through this process. I'm extremely excited.
So, when we're talking about the book, How Am I Doing? It's 40 questions to check in with yourself, to get the conversation started on mental health for you. And I know that's a large part of your method is asking questions and getting people to open up through questions. So can you lead us through some of them that you'll find in the book and also why you find that method so powerful?
We should be critical questioners, right? Because if I'm questioning, that means I'm deeply engaging. Because if I'm thinking critically only, I can hold that in. I can just think critically and not really talk about it with anyone. Yeah. But if I have critical questions, that means I have to engage with others. It's almost an ecological framework that we have the introspective version of Corey. There's the interpersonal, Michael and Corey interpersonal, then the sociocultural ecological frame. So I think doing or moving in that version of curiosity, Michael, is critical. So this level of curiosity and questioning that really is the cornerstone of the therapeutic endeavor is the book asking those 40 questions. Questions like, so how am I doing is an overarching question. But within that, questions like, who knows me best? Who knows you best? Oftentimes, if we ask that question, I've asked you before, we will quickly move to, well, I think my wife or my mom, but we're missing a fundamental understanding. I know me better than anyone. I know Corey better than anyone on the face of this earth. It is the case today. It has been the case. It will be the case forever. So if that is true, and I want to know me best, I have to be curious with myself. I have to be curious. And I think, Michael, what oftentimes happens is we lean away from the mirror of our lives because the man or woman in that mirror knows all of our intricate secrets. And if I lean into that mirror and engage, I may not want to deal with some of those secrets that I know that man in the mirror holds. So we have to take, it's an African proverb, how do you eat an elephant? A bite at a time. We're not trying to change everything in our lives overnight. We have to take a bite of the process and digest that and sit with that and then take the next bite. I think this is therapy. I think this is about being curious. Another one is, are you an expert on you? Are you an expert? All right, do you have the ability to be the expert? Because if you go into the therapeutic frame, the therapist is not an expert on you. Now, they have some expertise on how to approach and some theoretical orientations and undergirdings that school and graduate programs can hand you, but in no way do they have the ability to be the expert on you. You are.
So what I really love about this book is that it's kind of the entry point for your mental wellness conversation. And I feel like I'm curious, some of this is generational, and you've worked with a broad range of generations. I mean, at-risk youth, these young adults entering the NBA. And I feel like society is becoming more open about this conversation. And I know some of it is generational, but some of it feels like it's just the time we're in. Do you feel that way too?
I do, Michael. I feel like we're moving that way. And I think it stands to reason because these newer generations will have it no other way. We're going to change this. So it is extremely important for us to learn from the generation that is behind us. It is not always us teaching them. Oftentimes we learn the most from those fresh thoughts and those fresh minds. This concept of normalization, at some point we won't talk about normalizing it. Like we don't talk about normalizing physical health. We don't talk about normalizing because it's normed. So if we do the work now and the generations that are coming push us, we will move to a point where we don't have to talk about normalizing it any longer because it's normed. We have a lot of work to do, but I think we're on the way. And I hope that the book becomes part of that process.
So I am curious, with the book, when you say, I want to embark on this journey, I want to work through this program, what are you seeing as some of the benefits and some of the reasons why I'd even embark on this in the first place?
I think the benefits are, if I get a better understanding of who I am, I get to show up in the world a better version of myself. And if we can all show up as a better version of who we are, the entire space that we occupy benefits. So if Corey can be the best version of Corey by doing that individualized work, that showing up in the mirror saying, dang, Corey, what are you doing? You told the story to others that you were going to be this and be that, but you haven't really done that. So now I get to challenge myself to be a better version of Corey. So I think that really is, I think the book is going to give an open door for people to have the opportunity to say, I never thought of it that way. Eliciting those aha moments that, man, I have never really thought or considered any of that. But once you get the opportunity to be considerate of who you are and where you're going, the growth that you get to really unfold and uncover becomes almost infectious and contagious. And that's what I hope that readers have the opportunity to do, is learn about themselves, from themselves, and then hand that off and show up as a better version of who they are.